All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome to BG Codes. I'm bradgarropy. Tonight, we're going to be continuing to work on the Daily Texas Country website, specifically my YouTube video embeds. I use this plugin called gatsby-remark-embedder, and it basically looks through all of my markdown files, finds any links of specific services like Code Sandbox, Giphy, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, and it takes those like plain URLs and then transforms them into the iframes that they're supposed to be. But the problem is they're not responsive out of the box, which kind of sucks. So I have to write a bunch of custom transforms to make this happen. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's pop on over to picture-in-picture mode. Here's the website. We actually got it working pretty much. So let me show you. On the About page, I actually have a responsive YouTube embed. So if you come down to the bottom, here it is. I can prove to you that it's responsive. Look, it maintains the aspect ratio the whole way through. Okay? So I'm going to pause this video too because I found an issue with the other one. So this is one way of doing it. This is me. I created a custom React component that just accepts an ID of a YouTube video. And then I create all of the necessary like HTML. So let me show you that component, and then that was kind of like my starting point. So I have in my code base source components YouTube, and so I got rid of this. And I got rid of that, and what I did was I followed this article. I need to link this because Flavio Cope's responsive YouTube videos help me a lot. So iframes aren't responsive by default. They have to have a specified like width and height. So that sucks for being responsive. So what you do is you actually put a div with some class around the iframe, and you give some properties to the div. Why is this the case? Because the div, you just like absolutely position the video, and what you do is it just stretches to fill its container. But what you do with the div is you give it this magical padding top, 56.25%. Like, why is that? 56, what is that? 1 divided by 0.5625. That gives you the magical ratio, 1.7777 of 16 by 9, which is the magical ratio of everything on the internet nowadays and monitors. So YouTube videos are 16 by 9. And if you do 16 divided by 9, it's the same number, right? 1.777. So you basically create this pseudo element that contains this dynamic padding. So it always fills the width because it has a width 100%. But then you put this dynamic pseudo element in there that's always going 56.25% higher, which maintains the 16.9 or the 16 by 9 aspect ratio no matter what. And then the iframe just gets a height of like, hey, whatever you are, do it. So that's how this all works. And I'm definitely going to put this in the description. I'll put it in the chat as well. Great article. So that's how I did this one. This is a custom React component that takes the ID as a prop. I call it YouTube, and it just does this, right? And so what I did was I put a class on it of YouTube. And then over here in my global styles, I use style components. In global styles, I made a YouTube class with all this stuff in it. So that's fine. This is whiskey, by the way. But that's fine. But that only covered the case where like I am I'm not running this through Markdown. I'm not running this through Remark or Gatsby or the GraphQL layer. So what happens when I have something like this, where this is, let me just show you the page first, it'll be easier. I have a post. This is a blog post. That's me and my wife at Coke Fest, a country music festival. I have this blog post where at the bottom, I want to embed a YouTube video. And this is working great so far, mostly. I had to do a couple things here. And let me show you what happens out of the box. Okay. So what happens is, in a Markdown file, I just put some URL of a YouTube video. And I use this plugin in Gatsby called gatsby-remark-embedder. Let's get rid of this option, and I'll show you what happens. So this is gatsby-remark-embedder, and what it does is it crawls through your Markdown, looks for URLs that match essentially certain regexes, and like autofills their iframes, their embed code. And this works pretty good. Let's refresh this. But it's not responsive at all. Look at the code it generates. That's really... Okay. Inside of a p tag, it puts an iframe with a width of 100% and a height of 315. This is real bad. Okay? It's real bad. Because it's never going to be responsive. I'm going to play this video and I'm going to crush it down and it's going to put letterbox on it. You know, and it might look okay here because the width is, 16 by, like the aspect ratio magically crosses 16 by 9. But the further I go down, the worse it looks. So that looks terrible. And I don't want to have it like that. I want this to be responsive. So after digging through the documentation and speaking with, I wonder if he responded. Messages. Yeah, he hasn't responded yet. I've been in touch with, I'm going to butcher this guy's name. Mikhail, it looks like, because I'm not sure what the accent is. De boy, he's not sure. But he has been talking to me a lot about this plugin. But he hasn't responded yet, and I tried to ask him, like, hey, how do I change the output of this transform? And frankly, I don't know how. So what I am doing is relying on this plugin to define custom transforms instead. So I'll show you the plugin. It's right here. LinkedIn chat. And what we need is we come down. So this is how I was doing the YouTube one. You can use the full URL or the short URL. And it produces this, right? And I'm not satisfied with the width and the height on here. So I need to pass in a custom transformer because I can't find any documentation on this thing's called services and options. Yeah. So I have to generate my own. Because I really don't know how to write like the AST parser and all this crap that I would need to like walk through the markdown and create this myself. So custom transformers do three things. It's just an object with three things on it. One is the name. One's get HTML. And it's like, this is a function that returns the actual markup. And this is should transform. It's basically just a glorified regex for like yes or no. Okay. And what really helped me is actually going to the source code, which I'm usually not like a source code reader kind of guy, but this code is pretty easy to follow. I just went into YouTube and like, look, all of the default transformers match exactly that, that object shape. It exports. Oh, where is it? Maybe it's in index. Oh man, yeah, so I guess he just exports everything. But the point is, it's got should transform on it. It's got get HTML on it. And it's got the name here somewhere, or he puts the name in there somewhere. So I was able to like kind of look at this and understand what's going on. So I wrote my own. I wrote a custom transformer with a key of YouTube. And I import it from this file here. And it's pretty simple. It's three things. It's a name, which you can call it whatever you want. I tried calling it YouTube and it actually didn't work. Probably because it conflicted with the original YouTube. What if I did it like that? We'll see. I gave it a should transform, and I basically just said if URL includes, you know, YouTube. And actually, I should make this like a little bit better. But for now, it doesn't matter. Here's get HTML. I pass it a URL string. I create a URL from it. I look at the path name. So this is the URL string I'm passing it. I'm looking at the path, which is this, and I grab the first item in the path. Slice the index to the beginning of the portion of string object. Yeah. Why is it slice? That's a little weird. Oh, from 1 onwards, it drops the slash. Yeah, okay. Why not split on slash? Interesting. Anyways, I lifted this from the library itself. And then I did the same thing. I exported basically the same HTML as my React component. It's a div with the class of YouTube, which is defined in global styles. And this iframe. Okay, it's like the same thing. And I hate repeating this code. I really, really don't like repeating this code in two places. That really sucks. But it's like you're living in two different worlds when you're trying to like modify markdown content and convert it to HTML versus when you're just like living in React, doing whatever you want. So if I re-enable this, which I think I did already. Yep. Go back to the page. This is now responsive. This is now responsive, right? You can see the height adjust as I move it. But there's a problem. Look at this. Oh. Wait, did I fix it? What page is this? Why is this magically fixed? I started this stream to address this problem, and now it seems to be fixed. Yeah, okay, do you see how when this plays, the bottom of the video is cut off? And I know that because this video is on my YouTube channel. My videos. No. Oh, it's on my Daily Texas Country YouTube channel. Daily Texas Country. What in the world am I searching for? Okay. And it's right here. And you can see the table under me, right? Here you can't. Not until I like press pause and like it magically gets bigger. I don't understand what just happened there. But we're going to figure it out. So here's the div. It's full size now, but if I refresh the page, see how this has extra space up top? Like, what is that? I don't understand. And I think I figured out why. If I go down to iframe, I had margin on it and display block, which doesn't seem to do anything. But I had margin on it. And by taking off the margin, it like totally fixes that. So I don't think I should be putting margin on the iframe. I should be putting margin on the outside div. So let's do that. Let's head on over to is it global styles? Iframe? Nope. I think it's post body. Yes, in here, I've got this iframe. And so what I need to do is a page to test this out. Let's copy. Let's rename this. This is an Instagram. This is called Embeds. And let's embed a couple more things. Let's embed, let's find a good Instagram post. Let's go to my page. And I like this one of my laptop with all the stickers. So we'll copy that link. And we'll put it in VS Code. It's still taking a sweet ass time. Okay, I guess it's, yeah. Can't rename it while I'm doing it. Okay, so this is Instagram. And let's do another one for Twitter, because this website is definitely going to pull content from Instagram and Twitter. So let's go to Daily Texas Country, which is the website I'm making. And let's grab this tweet. Okay. And then finally, a YouTube video. And we'll just do this one. We'll do share, copy. Okay. Okay, awesome. And I'll restart. Site's coming along. I need to make that breakpoint earlier because the menu items just smush. But I swear I had this idea to make a freaking Texas flag for a landing page and it worked out pretty well. Okay. Okay, so now I should have a blog post called Embeds. Great. Freaking resize. Hate that. Way to go, Instagram. Okay, so Twitter. So you know what we need? We need like a really long like post to extend the width to make sure that the margin is actually working. So in here, let's just do like lorem times 5. Oh man, really? I was using Hillbilly Ipsum, I believe. Not this one though. I think I was using this one. Yeah. Looks like all the embeds are working, which is great though. Okay, great. So you'll see the Instagram post got wider, right? Like we're actually hitting our max width here because I have content. And the Instagram post got wider. Great. Twitter's working fine. Margin 0 auto. And one of the things I was really trying to do is okay, get out of the iframe, please. Okay. Great. Was make sure I've got two rems margin on top and bottom. So Twitter actually uses a web component called Twitter widget, which is pretty crazy. I've never actually seen a web component until now. Instagram's is up here. How does Instagram do it? Just an iframe with a class of Instagram media. Great. And then I need to fix the YouTube one, right? Because if I play this, we know it cuts off the table underneath me. It's not the right dimensions. Let's go into here, YouTube. And I need to get rid of this iframe stuff here. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care if it's a display block, and I don't care about the margin. I need to put that on the YouTube class. So let's fix this. We will get rid of this stuff off of the iframe. I almost want to make this in global styles, not just in post body. That almost makes sense. If I'm ever rendering Markdown anywhere, I want to do this. So here, coming up to global styles again. Really? Oh, the double slash doesn't work? Is it CSS? Okay, so let's see what we're looking like now. Like, do we still have our two? Yep, 32. Let's go back up to Instagram. 32. Then come down here to YouTube. It's probably messed up, which is totally cool. Okay, great. But is it responsive? Are we seeing the table? Great. And it's responsive. Now all we need to do is on the div class of YouTube, we don't need to do display block. It already is. We just need to do margin 2 rem auto. Now we get the 2 rems that we need, and it still maintains its aspect ratio. Let's reload the page and make sure. Sweet. I think we got what we need. What's this random friggin'... Why is that there? Whatever. Computed. 32. Perfect. So where was the post that this was actually on? Okay, yeah, right here. Still getting that random p tag for some reason. There we go. We got what we need. Play it. Don't touch it. Sick. Okay. So that's a wrap. Let's review the code changes we made. Okay, Gatsby config. I created a custom YouTube transform here to wrap this in the YouTube class. And then added that as a custom transformer to gatsby-remark-embedder. Okay. I updated the embeds post to include a bunch of examples. Oh, that changed path because I renamed the folder. Okay. Then I pulled all the styles out of my YouTube component because I switched from styled components to using regular classes, and I had to do that because the React component, why did I have to do that? I had to do that because gatsby-remark-embedder outputs plain HTML, and on other pages, I embed videos using plain React components. Then I moved all the styles to global styles for everything. Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. And pulled those out of post body. Perfect. So this is how we got responsive YouTube embeds. There is another option for this that I didn't like. I'll go to Gatsby, I'll show you. There's this thing called Gatsby responsive iframe. Oh, what's this? Wrap iframe? What the hell's that? Oh. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so there's this plugin called the responsive iframe, and this is fine and all, but it lacks something. It says this requires a width and height to be set on the iframe so that the correct aspect ratio can be calculated. I don't always know what that's going to be. That's why you use the magic ratio with the padding trick, so you don't have to care. So that's why I didn't go with this one. And if I had gone with this one, it would have been way easier because I still would have had to write a custom transform because let's say I went with this, right? Gatsby remark responsive iframe. I'd have to put a width and height on everything, and gatsby-remark-embedder. Look at what it outputs. Oh, and this says it has to be a width and height. It can't be pixel. If any other value is detected, for example, a percentage width, not pixel, percentage, the wrapper won't be applied. Well, look what it outputs everywhere. Percentage. Right? I don't know what Twitter does. I don't see a percentage there. Twitch. Percentage. See, right? Like, I can't use that. I just can't use it. So that's why I went with this Flavio Copes method of doing the hack of padding top. That's going to work for me. And I only had to, well, look at that face. I'm making that face right now. And I only had to use that for YouTube. Because it looks like, actually, let's double check that. Let's go to post, embeds. Interesting. What's causing the scroll? Right, because this is a good point. We need to get this down for all. We need to get this down for all cases. Excuse me. Okay. I don't like that. Look at that. The bottom of the Instagram thing got cut off. So let's go to responsive. See, this works. So let me drag it. Well, that's interesting. Why does that work? Yeah, when I get out of here, it doesn't work. So let's see who it is, if it's Instagram or Twitter or YouTube. We'll go to the post. Get rid of Instagram and Twitter. It's not YouTube. YouTube does pretty dang good. And then at this point, I think it's something else causing the overflow. Okay. Is it Twitter? It's Twitter. Does it have a min width on it or something? $220. It's 500 right now when it starts freaking out. We probably want to give it a honestly, this probably needs a max width of 500 pixels. Interesting. I don't like that. Maybe it does something different. And then how is the Instagram stuff? Whoops. Is it going to cause a scroll? No, 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 no. Like down there at the bottom. But I'm going to check this on my phone. I think it's fine. I need to commit this to the dev branch. Let's do that. Should have no changes. Okay, I'll check out dev. Origin master, git push. And if you guys don't know, I deploy with Netlify. And if I look at deploys for this website, I have some special stuff set where the dev branch gets aliased to dev.dailytexascountry. And so once this is built, I can actually check it on my phone to make sure that there's no issues down there. Looks pretty freaking good though. Play this, okay. Yeah, awesome. Okay, I'm happy with all this. As long as it deploys. Waiting. Okay. Okay, it's deployed. So I'm gonna check it on my phone. Show you guys. Refreshing. Making sure I'm grabbing the latest. Posts. Good. Ooh. It's rough. I think it's rough. Hold on. Let me make sure the cache is cleared and all that crap. Yeah, this is rough. So when it loads in like halfway because that Twitter post. See, Instagram is chopped. Twitter post moved over. And DTXC's moved over. Now, if you zoom, like pinch to zoom, everything's fine. But that's not the way it was intended to be. So I still got to work on that a little bit. But for the most part, desktop is looking great. Heading back, here we go. So cool. We committed our code, it's in dev. If you ask me, I feel like these should be responsive out of the box. Everything that gatsby-remark-embedder does should come by default wrapped in the responsive iframe hack stuff. You know what? Maybe I can apply this to Twitter. Let's do this really fast. Let's see if we can. Where to go? YouTube. Okay, I'm looking at my YouTube transformer. I'd have to figure out how to wrap the Twitter one in this. Go to its GitHub repo. This is going to replace it anyways. Yeah, this is a problem. This I don't know. Because this produces a block quote and not then the Twitter embed script comes along and does its thing. Okay. Another problem for another day. Well, cool. I am happy where we're at. There's some improvements that could be done here. I'll do that off camera. Thanks to you guys for watching. This has been BG Codes. You can see more at bradgarropy.com, and I'll catch y'all in the next stream. Peace.